For the last 100 days, I've been taking creatine. But isn't creatine for bodybuilders? That's what I thought. At the start of the experiment, I measured my body composition, which included weight, fat and muscle. I do the same again at the end. Creatine is an exercise supplement, and despite the stereotypical marketing, creatine is great for many people. I'll explain the benefits in a minute. Creatine is naturally found in the body and also in meat and fish, but in low doses. And it's a source of fuel providing the muscle with energy during exercise, such as weight training, HIIT training and intervals. And at this point, if you're thinking, well, I'm not a bodybuilder and I don't want to get muscly, just stick with me. With hundreds of studies done on creatine monohydrate, it's been proven safe and effective. And there are many benefits, some that go beyond just exercise. Supplementing with creatine means we can top up our natural stores by about 30%, and this can mean more energy and more power. It's been proven to improve exercise performance, increasing strength and the amount of reps that can be done, which then leads to an increase in muscle mass and overall strength, both of which are excellent for long-term health in terms of glucose management and injury prevention. Supplementing with creatine can also help with the recovery from exercise and muscle damage. 5% of the body's creatine is stored in the brain, and the brain loves it as fuel. So by supplementing with creatine, it's been shown to improve cognition, memory and mood. A little note for my next Mensa test. This next benefit is one I'm particularly interested in. Creatine combined with resistance training could improve bone density, which is particularly good for women. A decrease in hormones as a woman approaches the menopause can lead to a decrease in muscle mass and bone density, which can then affect health and quality of life in later years. Side note, just because women lift weights and take creatine doesn't mean that they're going to end up looking like this. So it's safe, affordable, and it's got great benefits. So what's the downsides of taking creatine? Taking too much, especially on an empty stomach, can cause a stomachache. But one way to get over that is to take smaller doses more frequently throughout the day. As creatine absorbs into the muscle, it also pulls water into the muscle with it. Therefore, body weight can increase by a few pounds. However, it could be argued that a well-hydrated muscle could be a better performing muscle. Creatine has been associated with hair loss in men, but this hasn't been proven, so do what you want with that information. Before we head into the juicy details of what's the perfect dose and the results creatine has had on me, I'd like to know, do you take creatine? What results have you experienced? Let me know in the comments, as I know people head down there looking for helpful information. Creatine comes in various forms, with the most popular being creatine monohydrate, which happens to be the most researched and most affordable. Creatine can be taken as a powder, that's my preferred way, or in a capsule or tablet, which my dad prefers. My dad just joined a gym and started a weight training program. Go on, Dad. The powder doesn't taste of anything, so you can mix it with a drink, protein shake, or even have it with a meal. And it doesn't matter what time of day you take it, just as long as you take it every day. It's been proven safe to take on a long-term basis. The standard dose of creatine is 5 grams, but it can vary between 3 to 10 grams, which is body weight and dietary habit dependent. Here's a guideline on how much creatine to take per day based on body weight. And given that creatine is found in meat and fish, those on a vegetarian and vegan eating plan tend to have lower levels, so can really benefit from taking it. The benefits of creatine aren't instantaneous because it takes 2 to 4 weeks for the muscles to become fully saturated. Although this is only my guess, I'm thinking that the cognitive benefits would be a lot quicker than that. Those who want to get the benefits quicker can do something called a loading phase. It's taking 20 grams per day, that's 4 lots of 5 grams throughout the day. Do that for a week and then go on to the standard dose, but doing the loading phase can cause stomach issues. So after taking creatine for 100 days, what have I experienced? It's worth noting I started taking it when I began a resistance training program and a new meal plan, so the results would be a combination of those things. Despite putting everything I have into my workout, Phil the Bloodman calls it ferocious effort. I quickly recover and can train hard again the next day. My cognition and thinking have definitely improved. It helps that I've been supplementing with what my blood test showed that I needed, but I can work quicker for longer with less fatigue. It seems my brain is using the creatine as fuel. I've definitely got stronger. I know this is down to beginner gains, but the creatine is helping me build strength and get extra reps by giving my body more fuel. And although I'm doing all of this, the exercise and the supplementation, I'm doing it for my long-term health as opposed to the way my body looks. I don't mind the fact that the creatine is pulling in water into my muscles because it's giving the skin a fullness and a softness that I quite like. So here's my results after 100 days of taking creatine. I've gained over 3 kilograms of muscle, I've lost 6 kilograms of fat, and my bone density has increased by 200 grams. This will mostly be down to the exercise and the eating plan, but the creatine would have been the icing on the cake, helping me lift heavier for more reps, which then increases muscle mass, which is then excellent for my long-term health. I'm hoping this video shows that creatine isn't just for guys
flexing their biceps in their muscle vests.
Creatine is good for us regular folks too. It's just the marketing is stuck in the 1990s. Are you tempted to give creatine a go?